Obviously, we were disappointed about last weekend. We thought it was a game that we could win. In fact, the way we started out, thought we'd be very competitive. But some of the things that we've struggled with all season came back and bit us in the ass. Defensively, we gave up big plays and couldn't get off the field on third down. And subsequently, you're going to give up points. In fact, a lot of those big plays came on third downs when we had opportunities to get off the field. From an offensive standpoint, moved the ball and scored. Just again, turnovers and not being able to finish drives kind of hurt us in certain situations. And again, those on both sides of the ball, those are problems we saw all year and something that we'll be continually working on in the offseason. So it's not a factor for us next year. We've played IUP the last couple of years, so we have some familiarity with them. They're still running the 4-2-5 defense. They've got about three returning starters that were all conference last year, including number 10, their nickel. They like I mentioned, they do run a 4-2-5. Their secondary seems to be their strong point, but they've got some young defensive linemen that are up and coming, so it'll be a good challenge for our offense. Offensively, they're a pro-style offense. You'll see them line up in what we now call non-traditional I backfields and try to run the outside zone and throw the play action pass off of it. In an era where a lot of teams are running the zone reads and stuff like that, they line up in a traditional pro style and try to throw the ball down the field with play action and try to muscle you with the outside zone in the ISO game. Not to say that they won't do some RPO stuff, but we're seeing a lot more traditional offensive looks from IUP than teams we've seen the rest of the season. I think one thing that everybody has a realization for, especially the young guys, is the work that is required to be successful here, and that the margin for success and failure is so thin that you have to be mentally and physically prepared every week if you're going to play football in the PSAC. It doesn't matter who you line up against or who you play. So I think one of the biggest lessons we've learned is the necessity to cut down on mental and physical errors and be physically and mentally prepared every week to do what needs to be done. Because like I said, it's so competitive. And I think that's what a lot of our guys have really, really learned is the amount of effort and time it takes to be successful in this conference.